Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Oh, hold on. I gotta tie my shoe. Ha! I tricked you! Surprise microphone! Ah! So here we are, huh? Here we are. We're on Reddit again. We're exploring the page known as AITAH. Let's start off with this one. My Jewish roommate is telling me I'm not allowed to use the oven for my food in the apartment we both pay for. He then calls me unreasonable for being upset and feeling disrespected because of it. Very interesting. My Jewish roommate, it's a lot funnier if you hear it as, my Jewish roommate, my Jewish roommate. I don't know, you know what I mean? My Jewish roommate is telling me I'm not allowed to use the oven for my food in the apartment we both pay for. He then calls me unreasonable for being upset and feeling disrespected because of it. Okay, what is this? Is this about, like, you know, you're not allowed to use certain items a certain day of the week? Maybe he's really Orthodox. Maybe the roommate is cooking food that's not kosher. I don't know. The apartment came with the oven. It's not his personal oven. Am I the asshole for feeling it's unfair that I can't use what I'm also paying for? Okay, so far, him just saying Jewish doesn't mean anything because he hasn't expressed why the Jewishness is relevant. Edit for clarification, since a lot of people don't seem to understand that some Jewish people, correct, will only eat kosher and there are special rules to that. I am not Jewish. I respect the religion, but it's causing issues. He's trying to tell me I'm only allowed to cook kosher food and store kosher food in the kitchen or fridge as well. Okay, so only being able to store kosher food in the fridge? That's interesting. That is like... That's rough, man. That's really limiting. Maybe he can have a kosher shelf in the fridge or a kosher half of the fridge, but you can't. The whole fridge can't be kosher. You knew that your roommate was not Jewish when y'all signed the lease together, right? I mean, unless it was spoken about beforehand, this is really unusual behavior in my expert opinion. He expects me to change my way of life for his religion, which I believe is disrespectful to me. That is correct. However, this had to have been a conversation before you moved in together, right? Because that's such a big deal. Not being able to cook non-kosher foods on the oven or in the oven or on the stove, or not being able to store non-kosher foods in the fridge is wild to me. I think that this Jewish roommate, your Jewish roommate, should have probably their own fridge and maybe a little easy bake oven. I gotta stop with that. That's done. Update. Thanks for all the advice. Whether it's positive or telling me to get revenge by cooking bacon, I've decided to suggest we go to a rabbi and talk to him. I'm not trying to be anti-Semitic here. I don't think anybody thinks you're being anti-Semitic, but I also don't want his beliefs forced on me. That's true. For further clarification, I was led to believe that the change would be small and easy. I can respect using different plates for different things. That makes sense. Yeah, okay. Nobody told me I wouldn't be allowed to use the oven or the refrigerator. That's the whole kitchen, man. That's the whole kitchen. And for those of you telling me I didn't do my research, I shouldn't have to become a theologian to rent a room. Oh, you're renting. Okay, hold on. Hold the phone. This is different now. He is renting a room in a Jewish kosher household. I'm confused. Wait, in the apartment we both pay, so it's an apartment. Did you both sign it at the same time? You moved into a new place together? Or you are renting a room from somebody who owns the apartment? Those are different things. I shouldn't have to become a theologian to rent a room. Instead, the roommate should be honest and upfront and not misrepresent something that alters your whole way of life as a minor change. We had a huge fight about it yesterday. I stood up for myself and told him he doesn't get to use his religion to control me. Okay. Interesting. There need to be more details here. I'm sure there are more details in the comments. This is a good one. This is a really good one. It all depends on whether or not he told you that he's keeping kosher before you moved in. I know in some of the stricter groups, they do have doubles of everything since they can't have meat and dairy together. So like 2 fridges, yeah. There's a whole bunch of rules to follow besides with food. I don't see how, if he was part of one of those groups, he would share an apartment with somebody not the same religion. Totally. Not the asshole. I had something similar happen to me in college. 1 freshman conservative Jewish woman versus 3 non-Jewish women, all fighting over the kitchen. We ended up getting the university rabbi, interesting, to come meditate. I think you mean mediate. We ended up getting the university rabbi to come mediate, and he was 100% on our side that a conservative Jew can't expect their roommates to keep kosher, and that there were ethical, acceptable ways for her to keep kosher with some reasonable accommodations on our end. That's great. That's awesome. I highly recommend reaching out to a local rabbi and asking for outside leadership. Your roommate has probably never lived with a non-Jew before, or if they have, never had a conversation with their rabbi and browbeat past roommates. I've never heard the word browbeat before. What?
Browbeat.
Browbeat means to intimidate someone typically into doing something with stern or abusive words. I love that word. I'm gonna browbeat my way into using that word every single day. Browbeat, 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 yeah. 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 We're going to go to a new one now. Listen up. This one's a juicy one, okay? My boyfriend wants me to sleep on the floor. Kinky. My boyfriend, male, works overnight, and every morning between 4 a.m. and 6 a.m. when he's off, I'm, female 24, asked to leave the room so he can receive a good rest. So, wait, what? Am I selfish for not wanting to leave the bedroom when he comes in from work? He says I'm being selfish whenever I don't leave the room. He says me sleeping beside him makes the room extremely hot and that my movements wake him up. But for me, sleeping outside in the living room for another few hours is uncomfortable and I hate it. It's extremely brighter than our room, as our bedroom has blackout curtains. The couch isn't big enough to lay on. It's technically a love seat. And the floor is way too hard on my body. We own an air mattress that I could sleep on, but we also have a cat that would pop that baby in an instant. We also talked about buying a couch, but he's not willing to contribute to purchasing a couch because I'm the one who wants it. So what do I do in this situation? I feel it's unfair. I constantly have to sacrifice only 5 to 6 hours of sleep for myself so that he could have a peaceful 8 hours. Am I wrong in this situation? And if I am, how should I continue to go about it? Yeah, this is a little unreasonable, I think. Instead of, your boyfriend's a hot sleeper, I'm a hot sleeper. Personally, I sleep really, really hot. If you are like cuddling him when he gets home, if you find yourself really cuddling him and you're very warm and you're breathing down his neck, maybe don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe don't do that. But there are beds out there that cool you down a lot. Also, cranking that air conditioning unit down to like 68 degrees. That's a great temperature for sleeping. Okay, I relate to this guy. However, asking your girlfriend to leave the room so they can sleep on a hard wooden floor? I don't think so. Here's what I think. He doesn't take you seriously. He doesn't respect you. You got to break up. He's looking for something. He's looking for some out. If you broke up with him tomorrow, he would not care. He wouldn't care. He's treating you like a dog. I hate to say that. I hate to say that so bluntly like that, but yeah, absolutely. He's treating you like an animal. Bye. Move out and you live with this person that's not a boyfriend, not even a little bit. Not the asshole. If he wants a good rest, it sounds like he needs to get himself his own bed, or better still, his own place to live. Yeah, this is weird. This is very weird. Sorry, cumber trees. You need to make like a cucumber tree and leaf. Am I the asshole for kicking my boyfriend and his daughter out because of how his daughter acts when she's on her period? Here's my question. Is Legitimate Pirate 644, is this person, does this person experience a menstrual cycle? That's my question. If they do, this is really fascinating. My boyfriend of 2 years has an 11-year-old daughter that has just started her first ever menstrual cycle 3 days ago. He has full custody of her. They started making transitions to move in with me and my 8-year-old son about 2 weeks ago. Up until this point, everything was going fairly well. The kids got along, and I thought Diane was a nice enough kid. Okay, who names their child Diane? Who has an 11-year-old daughter named Diane right now? Personally, I think Diane is a great name. I know people my age named Diane. Very sweet, very charming, very nice, youthful, vibrant. I can't picture an 11-year-old named Diane. I feel like 11-year-olds nowadays are named like Stardust, Pumpernickel, and feta cheese. Horse Girl number 2 is what I plan on naming my daughter. Anyway, she walks out of her bedroom 3 days ago and tells me she thinks she started her period and was asking me the general questions on how to wear a pad, what she can't do, etc. Okay, so this person does experience menstrual cycles. Interesting. All is well. I let her stay home from school after calling my boyfriend at work to confirm plans and give him the rundown. She was crampy. I work from home, so that was no issue. All day, she interrupted my business calls to talk about her period. I'm sensing a lack of sympathy. It was annoying, but I just dealt with it because it's her first menstrual, so obviously there was going to be a lot of questions. This wasn't even the problem. It was what followed it. She was in a great mood all day, but as soon as my boyfriend and my son got home from work, my home turned into a war zone. My son asked if she wanted to play with him, and she screamed in his face, "I'm on my period," and literally slammed him out of her doorway. He went flying, hit the wall, bruised his shoulder, and hit his head off the door frame. That's not good. Okay, and he's 8. That's an 8-year-old kid. My boyfriend went to talk with her, and she starts crying. "I'm on my period. I don't want him near me." He gave her a pass for her behavior, which already pissed me off. The next day, we planned a beach day like a week ago planned it. Diane starts flipping out to a point of a full tantrum, screaming at me and my boyfriend, telling us that no, we would not still be going to the beach because she's on her period and she can't swim. And since she can't, none of us can, and she doesn't care if that bothers us. All right, yeah, nope, now I'm on your side, homie. That was it. My boyfriend cancels the trip, or tried. I told him I was still bringing my kid regardless. Good. We get back home at 3 p.m. When I left, I had a pot of chili in the slow cooker for dinner. I find half the pot gone. Diane had been eating out of the slow cooker. My boyfriend told me that Diane said the only thing she wanted was chili, and that since she was on her period, he had to let her. He listened to her. There wasn't enough to feed everyone now. We send the kids to bed at 8 p.m. She comes out at 9, telling her father that she needed some ice cream or she was going to snap. He originally said no. She starts tweaking out, crying, screaming, wakes up my son. He ends up going and getting her the ice cream instead of being a parent and snipping that shit in the bud. Yeah, that's something, isn't it? So he's a man. He has never had a daughter before. This is his first daughter. And so he's not used to what to expect when she's hitting puberty and stuff like that. Look, this is what I think. I think somebody somewhere told this 11-year-old girl that when you're on your period, you get whatever you want. You can scream, you can manipulate, you can lie, you can do whatever you want in order to get whatever you want. That's what I think. I think somebody told her that she can use it as a scapegoat to be a jerk. That's what I think. Now, I don't have any female anatomy on me. Maybe there's a chance that her hormones are freaking through the roof. Maybe there's a chance that her particular body is doing the hormone thing like on freaking overdrive, and she has to express those things. Still, at the end of the day, as the parent, yeah, absolutely set that expectation of this is unacceptable. You will not talk to my girlfriend's son this way. You will not slam the door on him. So I need you to dial it down a bit and understand that, yes, that you feel a lot. This is a new, different feeling, but you are not allowed to control people based on how you feel. That's not how the world works, and that's not how this family works. That's what I would say. Oh, God, there's more. Then this morning, my boyfriend tells her that she can stay home from school again because she's still on her period. I tell him no. Okay, this is tricky because now you're telling him how to parent. It's always rough. It's rough when you try to tell somebody else how to parent. That is a losing battle every time. I'm working today, and she interrupted me all day on my last work day. She starts flipping out, screaming at me that I'm not doing anything to make her comfortable when that's what she needs right now. My boyfriend sides with her, his daughter. It's her first period. We need to learn to navigate it. I told him again that she was not staying here today. He gets angry with me and says I'm making his life harder than it has to be. His kid is still screaming at me, so I snapped and told him to pack all their shit and leave, and that I was done. That's a boss move right there. I think what happened just then was that Op here had a flash forward vision to the future where her whole life was going to be controlled by this irrational daughter and her pushover father. Said that I'm glad she started a period so soon into moving in so that I could get a proper assessment of how it would be full time, and I would be damned I put up with this bullshit every month. They both immediately calmed down. She starts crying, saying she was just trying to make me understand. He's telling me I'm being ridiculous. I stood firm, however, and told them to get out. They are now gone, and my house is peaceful. I don't want them back here. My boyfriend has been blowing up my phone since, telling me that this is just a bump in the road, but I have never been so disgusted by anyone in my entire life. Am I the asshole for not letting them return and telling him I'm done? I did speak to her about her aggression yesterday. I told her it wasn't okay to put her hands on people, to scream in my face, to demand we cater to her and break things. That's insane. She says, I'm on my period. Nothing I do right now can be held against me because I have no control. Somebody told her that. Who told you that, dude? That's the villain. That is the devil. I'm on my period. Nothing I do right now can be held against me because I have no control. Hold on a second. I need expert opinion here. Hold on. I'm going to call my girlfriend real quick. Here's the question as the expert. There's an 11-year-old girl It's her first period.
Okay.
She's a nightmare. She's screaming at her dad's girlfriend. She pushes over her dad's girlfriend's little 8-year-old boy, giving him a bruise on the shoulder. And
Why would she do that?
And she says, this is her first period ever. She's 11. She says, I'm on my period. Nothing I do right now can be held against me because I have no control. What are your thoughts on that?
Whatever her truth is, her story, I respect it.
Yeah.
You can't be pushing over children.
You can't be pushing over kids?
You can't be pushing over children?
That's true. It's the physical. So the physical is the line.
You cannot blame physical violence. There's no excuse for it.
That's what's up. All right. Thank you, baby.
Oh, is this a Reddit thing?
It's a Reddit thing.
Oh, God.
Straight from a woman's mouth, you cannot be pushing over children. She says I'm on my period. Nothing I can do right now. Which is enough to prove to me that she does have control. She's using this as an excuse. Yeah, man. Out of curiosity, where could she have seen this type of behavior? Because honestly, this sounds like she saw it in some movie or whatever and is exaggerating hard. Not the asshole for needing space, but please get your boyfriend to figure out if she's actually nuts or just acts like this because she thinks that's how girls on their period should act. This is what I'm thinking. So have you ended the relationship or is he just not moving in? I've ended it mainly due to how pissed off he got with me, telling me that I was purposefully making his life harder by not giving in to his child. Ugh. Gross! Ew! Way to browbeat your way into being stupid. Am I the asshole for breaking up with my boyfriend because he ignored my medical emergency and didn't visit me in the hospital? Based off of that title alone? No, you are not. Let's continue. I, 25 female, have been dating my boyfriend, 27 male, for 2 years. He has been my first ever boyfriend because not a lot of guys seem interested in me. You're coming here. Here you are. You're coming in with low self-esteem. I'm sorry you have low self-esteem. That sucks. Get rid of that, though. Get rid of your low self-esteem, okay? Be gone in the name of Satan. Or Jesus. Ah! What? Ha! Ha! Overall, our relationship has been good, but something happened recently that made me question everything. Dun, dun, dun. About 2 months ago, I started feeling severe abdominal pain while we were at his apartment. The pain became so intense that I could hardly move or speak. Appendicitis. That's my guess. Let's find out. I told my boyfriend that I needed to go to the hospital because something felt very wrong. He dismissed my concerns, saying I was overreacting. There's probably just something I ate. Despite my pleas, he refused to take me to the hospital or even call an ambulance. What? What a dick. This right here, bro. Oh my God, you cruel piece of shit. That just triggered something in me. Despite my pleas, he refused to take me to the hospital or even... You dick. Maybe because I grew up in a family with nurses. I'm very motivated to getting you checked out ASAP. Maybe that's a me thing. Or maybe it's just a nice human being thing where you believe your partner is in pain and then you go and you handle it like a man. You dick. You moron. Instead, he suggested I lie down and wait it out. The pain kept getting worse and I was scared, throwing up and crying. After an hour of begging him to help me, I finally managed to call a friend who immediately came over and took me to the ER. This girl had to do it herself. Her man wasn't man enough to take her to the damn hospital. She had to call a friend. It turns out I had pancreatitis. Oh, that's different. I said appendicitis. Pancreatitis, that's inflammation of the pancreas. Turns out I had pancreatitis, which required immediate medical attention. The doctor said it could have been life-threatening if I had waited any longer. My friend stayed with me the entire time, but my boyfriend didn't even check to see how I was doing until the next day. Bye! 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 He sent a brief text saying he hoped I was feeling better. I was in the hospital for 3 weeks. He didn't even come... 3 weeks in the hospital. 3 whole weeks. 3 weeks in the hospital. He didn't come see you. You were in the hospital for 3 weeks, and your boyfriend did not come see you for 3. You were in the hospital 3 weeks. What is that? 7 times 3. That's 21 days. That's 3 weekends. That's 6 days of weekends. This young man, this silly, foolish man, did not come visit you for 3 weeks. This, bro. I am so angry right now over somebody. I have no idea what they look like. I don't know what their name is. I don't know anything. I'm so mad for you. Stupid behavior from that man. If you would even call him a man, I would call him a blob, an amorphous blob thing that is a parasite on the earth. That's what I would call this person. When I confronted him about his lack of support and concern, he got defensive and said I was being dramatic and that he didn't think it was that serious. He accused me of making him look bad in front of my friends or something that wasn't a big deal. I decided to break up with him because I can't be with someone who doesn't take my health seriously or support me in an emergency, correct? Now, after we've been apart for a few weeks, some of our mutual friends are saying, I overreacted to that. He just made a mistake. Those mutual friends, they're not your mutual friends anymore. Goodbye! Because you were in the hospital for 3 weeks? Here's a question. Hey, let me give him a little something. A little benefit of the doubt. Are you in a long distance relationship? No, you're not. You're not, because you live together and you've been dating for 2 years and the fact that and he could have driven you to the hospital. No, you're not in a long distance relationship. I don't care what I'm doing. I'm checking in on you. If my loved one is in the hospital for longer than a day, first of all, I'm the one dropping her off and I'm staying there. But if she has to stay overnight and I can't be there with her, I'm in the parking lot or I'm in a hotel nearby or I'm asking if she needs a thing from the house that I can bring by tomorrow morning. I mean, bro, it's so easy to not be a selfish prick. They think I should give him another chance, that he was busy and it wasn't as big of a deal as I made it out to be. Am I the asshole? If you were in the hospital for 3 weeks and he didn't show up, if you were doing checkups, if you were coming in and out of the hospital for 3 weeks, that's a slightly different story. If you, I don't know. I don't know. I really can't think of anything. Yeah, this is insane. Let's see what they say. Well, we know how he will act if his future significant other gets cancer. He will walk as soon as he hears the words. Not the asshole. I knew a young woman whose husband left her with young children when she was diagnosed with MS. Her parents had to raise the children. He was soon with another young woman, his third marriage. You took care of one problem and dumped the boyfriend, go find a better one. Now take care of the other problem and dump the friends that are excusing him. Yes, exactly, yes. Also get rid of that because not a lot of guys seem interested in me mentality. Yes! Even if you need to go to therapy to get help recognize yourself with. Yes! Oh! Did I write this? Am I hungry composer? 644. Actually, I'm hungry a lot. Is this my like Fight Club alter ego? Do I go to sleep and I wake up as hungry composer 644? Not the asshole. Take care of yourself. Absolutely. Absolutely. Just take care of yourself. And for everybody back home, everybody watching this right now, take care of yourself. Don't speak negatively about yourself. If you feel like something is off, take the temperature. Ask your friends, is this off? Is this something that is off? And really listen. I'm going to go angrily punch pillows. In the meantime, here's an outro. Oh my God.